are you here to say something or are you here to not say something today?
How about you talk? I'm now 8 years old. On my YouTube channel.
I'm gonna delete that if you don't want to do the thing today. Are you gonna do the thing today?
Do what thing?
The intro.
I bet. Let me do something.
You go do it? Well, let me do the first part. Let me do the first part. I'm really nervous and really excited. Where did he go? What is happening?
He's right here.
He just backstage. He backstage, y'all.
Yes.
Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight we're reviewing Bmf Season 3, Episode 6. Before we get started, we got the birthday boy. Everybody tell D happy birthday. He's
happy
8
birthday,
years
D.
old.
Yesterday. It was
Happy birthday.
Well, we didn't take yesterday.
We're celebrating today. So for your birthday, can you tell him what to do?
He said happy birthday to me. So
tell him what to do.
smack that thumbs up button. Subscribe to my Nintendo Switch. Wow. Okay, subscribe to the channel. Check out my YouTube channel. I post daily videos sometimes.
What's your channel?
Yeah. You know, I already said it in one video.
Say it one more time.
You know, okay, you know, there's two actually. So you can put in underscore Donovan. Or if you want to see the full channel, you can do underscore Donovan and Preston. But if you put in underscore Donovan, it's gonna be the same channel, but it's short if you don't want to spell it all the way.
Well, I mean, as long as we get there, child.
Okay, what happened on this episode?
I'll forget that, child.
All right, so we had to start, where we left off, I suppose, and everybody's at a funeral. Dreadhead is at the funeral of the little boy that he's responsible for the death of, the little chunky boy over there in the hood. Terry and his crew are at the funeral of the man that came to Atlanta for a good time, but ended up not making it home safely. And your boy Brian is over here having a funeral for his son. I'm like, dang, we gonna start for funerals?
There's a bunch of them going on. They did a lot of pop in the last episode. People was dropping left and right.
It was a lot. Yeah. So me shows up at the little boy's funeral. I don't know why he's there. With his sunglasses on. He said he was offering up his heartfelt condolences. And so, I mean, it was heartfelt, so I guess you got to take it, I suppose. Brian looks up. He sees Terry and his people over at the other side of the cemetery having a funeral at the same time. Have you ever seen a funeral and a funeral? I've never seen that before. You have? That's sad. Everybody just, all of that.
I mean, not that close. Not that close.
It was like right there. Yeah. So anyway, Brian gets pissed off when he sees Terry and his people over there. So he went marching over there, interrupting them people's funeral. I was like, the boy got a mama now.
Right.
What is wrong with you?
Right.
Anyway, instead of blaming himself, because it's his damn fault that all of this happened in the first place, he want to blame Terry. Terry told him to have some respect. And everybody's over here grieving. He want to push the man down in the hole. And I said, that made me so mad.
When he did that, and I'm trying to figure out what funeral on this green earth could he had did that and walked out of that mud.
Everybody was drawing on somebody. Look, him and Lady Chinese Cop could have got it right then, just was standing next to him. Yeah. Clearly, Brian is a liability. Don't stand by him, but he should have.
He would have got jumped on. I done seen people get jumped on for less.
Ass beat down to the funeral.
I remember my grandmother's funeral, sweetie. And we was going
her
down.
Her grandmother. There's a few of them. I'm just saying.
I had to verify which one. And we were going down the street, and this car cut the funeral line and almost hit the hearse.
The hearse.
When I tell you, wrong thing.
Hit the red light.
When I tell you, we all stopped on the pin road and jumped out the cars. It was finna go left. Somebody was about to get dragged up out that car.
Well, Brian should have got dragged because that was definitely not.
Should have got dragged.
I wanted it to go
in
down.
The hole.
And then had the nerve to kick dirt on top of that.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have made it up out of there. We would have just went on and had
that
his.
was definitely Detroit, not Flint. Detroit, do better. I'm just saying.
That definitely wasn't
I'm
Flint, because that's where that would have been
do
his final
better.
resting place. Yep, that would have been his final resting place.
Oh, wait.
Speaking of Detroit, did y'all see that bootleg sign Detroit got?
I didn't catch it.
Oh my God. Yeah, yeah. I'll send that to you.
I mean,
they Hollywood sign is not Hollywood. They said the guy don't wish.
Is it? They really have that?
Yes, it really is. When I first saw that, I thought they were playing, but no, that's really the sign.
The one that said what we ordered and what we got.
Yeah.
I got the picture. I can show you.
Oh my God. So we back in Atlanta and everybody's over at the Decatur house. They repping Detroit down into ATL. You know, Decatur is my boy. I like being over around to his house. Anyway. Mitch don't want to be Martin Luther King no more. He's changed his mind. Now he's Thor. He's a whole god out here in these streets.
Nah.
Nah.
I was like, okay, Mitch. From Martin to Thor. We can do that, I suppose. We back at the crib. Wanda's getting close to her delivery day, and she over here having contractions, and her doctor told her, don't worry about it. And I was like, Dr. Jackie, we gonna advocate
say that.
for Wanda, and we don't like that. If she's in pain, we need to know what's happening. That's not normal. Child. Terry is struggling. He's been in a lot of funerals and it's just weighing down on him. And he's wondering, like, I want to be around for my kids. So maybe we should, like, you know, have a conversation with Henrietta and see about squashing this shit out here in the streets, because, you know, I don't want to be down. I mean, I guess falling in that hole over around to the funeral.
I bet they did it, huh? You almost in that bad boy early, huh?
Look here, Meech and them were moved over to this house in the gated community, and he won't cut his grass. And Amish need to cut his grass because the HOA lady is over there. Grass. You make it unnecessary.
You need is attention, unwanted attention. Cut your
You can afford to cut the grass. Jesus. Now the HOA lady over there, she asking for paperwork and what kind of car. This is an expensive car for. I don't like her. She was getting on my nerves, but I feel like that's the how the leaders of the HOA.
It is how the HOA is.
I'm like, this is an easy fix, Meech. Cut the grass. You already holding cartel meetings over to your house and behind the gate. He told her she'd be coming out of her house with a whole bunch of different niggas over there. So she shouldn't worry about what he doing with his grass, because, you know, she should change her sheets. It was a nasty little.
And that was funny. That was funny. She said
she was like clutching her pearls, but she wasn't denying any of these things, though.
So she did it.
Well, Charles got Lucille down here cooking and giggling and singing that ridiculous ass song. They're giggling and cheesing, and Nicole is like, are y'all back together? And she's like, no. And Nicole's like, this ain't gonna end well. Because Charles over here thinking he did a good job, and he did not, because the doctor calling. Did you see the eye contact that was going on between Lucille and her daughter when the doctor called?
She said wrong number.
You got the girl lying in front of her daddy? Girl. I mean, and she's still married. Why is he calling like that? It's just disrespectful. Charles over here feeling some kind of way because he's like, I thought I did a great job laying down the pipe. I mean, what's going on?
That means nothing. Sorry.
You don't know that right now. I told you what it was last week when I went up to the stairs. Now, she said the pastor asked her to be the assistant pastor. She feel like a hypocrite because her family is raggedy. You got Terry over here doing dirt. You got Meech over here. He's not in Detroit no more. And then we got you over here, you know, with the floozy down the street. And I've been over here grinding up on the doctor down to the doctor's office. So it makes me feel weird about being the assistant pastor when I got
Well,
all
you
this
right,
going
honey. You right.
on.
You right. What you want me to say? You right.
He
You ain't
said, don't worry
ready.
about it. Charles said, it moved too fast. So I can't remember the song. It's just not a good
Yeah,
song, Charles. It just
it
don't
was not.
stick. It just
It's
don't
nothing you
stick. I
could
gotta
do.
work too hard.
Yeah.
Tell me, where did we go wrong?
Oh
Hey, hey.
Lord.
See, it just don't stick the same.
Mm-mm.
I'll try to figure it out, but this ain't it. Um, I don't know. He's feeling very confident about the situation. He could say he gonna put the family back together because it's the reason why she picked him the first time. I mean, I think it's because she got pregnant, because she did say something about being trapped, but I'm just gonna
I mean,
get
but
to
she was
that.
all grinning and stuff when he said it, so I don't know. She was all like, "Woo, child, that man." I don't know.
Well, he's not a good songwriter because even as I sit here in this moment trying to remember the little ditty, I can't. So just never mind now. Forget about
Like 50, was that supposed to be the shit? Like y'all couldn't do better than that, or was the song supposed to be that corny? Like, did y'all really think that was a banger? I
it. It's
hope
not a
not.
banger. It's
I
not a
hope not.
banger. I can hear him singing it and I still don't know what the words
No,
are.
it was horrible.
He should have just
Yeah,
said, "Take
and
me
y'all in Motown.
wrong." It still fits. It still fits.
Yeah, no, it's in Motown. That was sad for Motown.
Well, be sad about this. Henrietta's over at the gambling spot, and Terry walked in, and he's like marching all up in there, trying to make an announcement that the streets don't need no more bodies. We're tired of that. We don't want any more bodies down to the street. We want to just call a truce because you know everybody wants to see their kids grow up. She ain't going for it. She's mad because he said he was running Detroit. And I mean, I guess. And she said he had a little dick. And I don't know why. She said she was checking for his dick print. And I'm like, Henrietta, your dick is pretend. It's not real. Does she not know that it's not real?
No, I don't like her.
I don't like it. And then she threw a sword at him. And now he about to have one eye and one foot.
And he didn't flinch. It wasn't even scary.
Not at all. Maybe he didn't see it. Maybe he threw it on the side.
Maybe she threw it at that one eye. Yeah, that's probably what it
Where he
was.
can't see out of. And then like by the time he realized, he was like, he didn't feel anything. So he knew, you know, she's just so extra. It's so she said she gonna take him out slow. That's the only reason why she gonna enjoy every minute of it. And I was like, don't worry, Terry. She ain't been able to take nobody out so far. So it doesn't seem like a threat I would be concerned about. Back in Atlanta, Dreadhead's boy came through, and he's a terrible actor. So I want him to stop. I want him to stop reading from the script. Did they write it on the wall? He was not good. I'm just saying. He thinks they should consider doing work with Meech, and Dreadhead is dead against it. He's, you know, like that's not gonna work. And the boy's like, well, I mean, he's got the purest stuff out on the streets, and a lot of the niggas that we have had on our team have gone to work with Glock. And I don't know why Dreadhead thinks that because he says so, things are gonna happen. But that's what he thinks. And you know, I'm like, you get slapped down once a week. Ain't no respect for you in the streets. Every time I see you sitting in the club, Meech slaps your ass dead off the bar stool.
It's horrible.
Even his boy is like, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
So if you running things, then run it. I guess, my boy. Brian is at the police department getting fired. And Lady Cop is getting suspended. They was, you know, over there
real quick too.
She snitched on him and then she still got suspended. I would have told on him too. It wasn't even no pressure. She was over there like, look, da 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 da. She broke down the whole thing. Some guy named Henry, that's apparently a woman.
And no girl evidently is really gone. So I mean, they was like, she out of here.
I guess, child. R.I.P. Whitney. Terry is in bed with Lala having death nightmares. He's really going through it, and she's in her feelings because he isn't telling her everything. So he went to Atlanta without telling her. You're not his wife, girl. You is Bozo. What's his name? Bimbo Boomer. What's the nigga's name in jail? Bobo. I
Whatever
forgot.
that
Boom,
is.
boom, boom.
Boom. And here's
Yeah.
the other thing, like it was clear that it was a nightmare, and her reaction to it was like, like I was like, you
And
couldn't
you be
tell
like,
that was a
hey,
nightmare.
are you okay? What's going
Yeah,
on?
no, that wasn't it. It was like, God, Terry.
So when I'm having nightmares, I'll be fighting in my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Book be like, he can tell now. He'd be like, hey, wake on up. And
Right.
I'd be like, whoo, you saved my life. Shit was getting ugly over there on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
She gave him the breakdown of who Henrietta's father is because she thinks like she's, who is it, the queen of the South? She thinks she's the queen of the D. So she's, over here like, Boone wouldn't have been what Boone is without me, and you're going to learn that too. I'm a businesswoman over here. And so, she's like, why don't you go to the daddy? The daddy is the one really running the organization, and that's how you get business done. And he's like, bet, that's a smart idea. Brian went over to Henrietta's little spot with the shot off shotty, and he was knocking niggas out. Bow, bow, bow. When did he turn into like?
Oh no, he did all that just to get on his ass. I was like, you did all that and for what?
I mean, he
Now you
took
look
aim at her.
dumb.
Maybe next time you take aim at somebody, you should take a little survey around the room. He didn't know her daddy was there, and daddy wasn't about to let him shoot his daughter, so that was a fail. And then back in the A, the Red Dogs is out of control. They done pulled my man over for nothing, got him all pinned to the top of the car. I did not like any of that. Terry and not Terry, Meech and that girl that's on their crew is sitting in the car behind watching the whole thing go down. But what they gonna do?
Nothing.
No.
What was that dog gonna do? Oh, because they had a drop top. Because I was like, it was so damn.
He just wanted to chase him off. And when he sent the
his
dogs,
ass.
Meech backed up all the way down the street and spinned out. And I was like, well, Meech is a very good driver for somebody who doesn't have a driver's license, because I was impressed with the whole spin out,
Hit that damn dog, but then they would say, you're a cop killer, so.
Huh?
That's how I would have hit that damn dog, but then they would say you a cop killer, so you can't do that.
All of the opinions of this show are not belong to Rhonda. Sometimes Tamika be out there saying shit on her own.
I do.
Some of this is real and some of it ain't real. Lucille in here giving Nicole birth control pills. And she's like, I'm not having sex. I wish she would stop harassing that girl. Listen, let's don't feed our daughters hormones if they're not having sex. You could give her the option, but don't be like trying to force her to do that. If
we don't really know how that affects your body. Like, don't do that. She might really want some down there.
We need more research.
Can't have none about down the line.
How about this? Be careful with your dick.
Well, she didn't. She wasn't worried about them boys' birth control.
No,
they got babies all over the place.
This is a PSA on my behalf. I'm just saying. I would not be.
I'm talking about the mamas. She really wasn't. You so concerned about them. You ain't worried about them boys. Some boy. Misha got kids. Misha just walked away from that one kid that he had, like it wasn't even his. When the mama
left the mama lay down in the street, talking about he don't know who she is. And Terry, we discussed this. Nicole talked to y'all about this last week, how Terry over here with the old lady on one side of the street and Wanda downstairs, about to have another baby. And I mean, she was being a smart mouth, talking about you need it more than I do. But girl, you got this girl lying in front of her daddy about who calling on the phone. Like, how you expect her to feel? You should not be having her in the middle of your fornication, Lucille, the church lady. How embarrassing. Y'all didn't want her to be the assistant pastor till she made a big donation. That speaks volumes. Is she qualified?
No, clearly not. I know the streets know about me, I'm sure all Detroit know
all
that.
Churches know.
Yeah.
We be all gathered down to the cemetery together.
Yeah.
Just saying. Meech has paid for half the funerals in Detroit at this point.
Exactly.
Terry went to talk to Henrietta's father, and even though the father agrees with Terry and likes him better than he likes her daughter, he's, gonna be loyal to his daughter and say he'll talk to her, but he's not gonna go, above her head, not just yet. Meech is at his crib back in the A. They still ain't cut the grass yet. He with Angel. He's stressing about so the Red Dogs is coming for BMF. They're getting locked up left and right. Some of them, my Decatur boy, I think he ain't out of the pen yet. And here come the HOA lady again. Now he got this floozy standing outside with her nipples out.
But I mean, did she really look that bad for her to give that woman that look like she's the local stripper? Because I'm just like, that could be his woman. Why are you looking at her like that?
That's what it looked like.
That's what
it looked like. His girlfriend.
Yeah. I was like, she didn't look like a stripper.
And it's his house. He's not an apartment. She don't have to be on the lease. He don't have to answer those kind of questions. But I'm like, Terry, just get the goddamn grass cut for God's sake.
Yeah, because it did look bad. God,
it looked bad. She gave him a list of things to do and he set it on fire. So that pissed her off. Now, Terry normally is not, he's the frugal one of the two. But he trying to follow Meech's lead. He turned a new leaf. So he went out and bought basketball Pistons jackets for all the new team because he got some new recruits over there. So he trying to bring up morale and everything and gave them all tickets to the basketball game. Somebody was complaining about the cheap seats and I was like, the nerve.
That was fly though. That was nice.
I thought so. Yeah.
What was that? Well, that was back in the day. There was at the palace. It ain't no bad seats in the palace.
I was going to Hawks games back then. What else is going on? Meech met up. Well, he didn't meet up. He was at a diner, and I guess Dreadhead's old dude follow him over there so they could have a conversation. Old dude is not trying to hear what Dread got to say no more. He's like, he got to make moves in the streets based on his own, decision making. So he's decided he wanted to go ahead and do business with Meech because the folks got to eat. This dude over here with artillery under the bed and no shooters. Henrietta's father confronts her about the mess she making. I don't know what event they was at. It was some fancy place where she's over there, with her gangster friend. And her father is like, I'm trying to get this political thing together and you over here.
So was she a bus boy?
Was she dressed like one?
So was she moonlighting?
No, she's not a busboy. She was over there drinking champagne. Busboys don't get to drink champagne.
So what was she doing?
I guess being a guest.
Oh, hell, I thought she was dressed like she was finna work. Shit, I thought he made her work on the side or something. I don't know.
He said she out here in these streets, wreaking havoc, and this ain't what I wanted. And she was like, you wanted a son? And he was like, no, I wanted a pretty daughter, like Jack and Jill style. And I was like, yeah, that ain't what you got. You got a son.
Yeah.
Now she mad. She mad because Terry came, to her father to go behind her back. And then her friend pointed out how Terry and homeboy were looking at each other. What's his name, Biz? I thought the same thing. I was like, he's so comfortable. Like he just be at the diner and then he's over there here. We got a spot. So I figure like at some point he's going to get caught because he's not even being careful. Lucille at the crib, like getting ready for a date. I don't understand what's happening here. How does that would not work out here at this household. I'm just saying. We need to separate for real before, I'm in the bathroom putting mascara on with my dress.
He know what it is, though. He know what it is. We ain't together, homeboy. You can't say shit to me after your ass was next door at Mabel. Whatever I do at this point is what I do.
You feel like that's
Mabel in my damn house.
Go down at your house.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Not here.
No, whatever. From that point on, that's what it is.
You gotta go. We can't stay here together. You've got to go.
He know what it is. If he wanted to go, he could go. He know what it is at this point.
I mean, I guess he said, thank you for being honest. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you all the space you need. Don't look like you have a choice about her space. She looks like she getting ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
We back at the strip club. Angel is doing what she do. She working her magic to get information out of some official, and he's spilling. He telling like all the tea about how the Red Dogs is coming for BMF, and you know they want to get Meech for somebody's murder. I don't know whose murder, but somebody they want to get Meech for. And the lady cop is at her daddy's restaurant crying about how she lost her replacement sister. I was like, y'all were that close, that fast?
That quick.
Just took one little karaoke night, and here we are, besties, best friends, almost sisters. And she's like, I'm in trouble at work, and then her daddy gave her some like little phrase that comes from out a fortune cookie. I don't know what it means, so I can write it down. But it sounds like the stuff that you find written on things at a Chinese restaurant. Is that inappropriate?
No, that's what it was.
Okay. So, listen, since the GBI is coming from Meech, he's got to let the people know that they're going to have to work these streets without him. He going to go do business from St. Louis because, we still going worldwide. We don't care what the people got to say out here. We going over to St. Louis. He already had this discussion with Loco. Loco gave him the go-ahead to do it. So this sounds like the prime time to get it in. And Angel was like, oh, don't go, or let me go with you. And he was like, you're not going with me. And she was like, you said you weren't going to leave me. And he was like, listen, let me go handle this business. And she was like, well, don't expect me to wait around for you. And from what I understand, Glock pays very good. And I was like, okay, well, that didn't take long. But I told Meech not to let that woman come stay in his house in the first place.
Yeah, make a whole housewife.
Paper Captain Saber. That's why the neighbor lady don't like her. Shoot. Well, he kicked her out of the circle of trust. So there's that. There's a whole circle of trust.
She's not in it.
She's out. Back in Detroit, your girl Lala thinks she's a trophy wife, and she wants her and Terry to go on a vacation. She's such a bitch. I'm sorry.
Make it bigger.
Wanda is sitting up here about the pop. But you want to go on a vacation getaway. Terry's like, that sounds lovely, but not right now because I got to be here in case Wanda, have this baby. He takes her over to his restaurant, so I'm guessing this is her first time there. He's all proud of himself to show her the restaurant.
Pause. You gotta make it big where you can write on.
So Terry takes Lala over to the restaurant. She's not
so now it is a real restaurant. I'm so confused. I thought it wasn't even real. But now
it has his grandmother's cornbread recipe.
Right.
So it is real because when you start pulling out recipes from your grandmother,
child,
it don't matter. She don't like it. And she was like, I thought we were going to do something nice. I was like, aren't you proud of your man though? No.
That ain't what she want. She want him to be out there spending that money.
You want to be fancy.
You need to pay your fee. And then and LaWanda ass was sitting over there happy to be over there kicking it with your homeboys.
Tearing up that cornbread, child. It must be good. She turned his phone off. And she called the people down to the Child Protective Services. You're not gonna convince me that she didn't do it.
She did.
It don't even make sense. And as a woman, like, just you should not want your man to not be there when his baby is born. I don't give a shit what she doing over there.
That shouldn't be your man if he have a baby being born, but okay.
I'll talk to Khloe Kardashian. I think that's not on the list of things people be respecting these days. I'm just saying. Especially when she live at your mama's house. Anyway, she turned off the phone, so the phone call, the folks had to call the restaurant. So Terry know, like, you got to go. Your baby mama in labor. And she's sitting up there with her face turned up, talking about, you ain't gonna give me no ride. You want him to what? Take you back to the house?
Right. You know what it was.
Girl.
You knew what it was.
Been new. And I bet you if Boone come out, she be right over there like that girl did. Said she was gonna go over there with Glock in a hot minute. Lucille's out on a date with her boyfriend, and he's wondering why she been avoiding his phone calls. And she told him, her and Charles still leaving the same house. That's why. And he's like, oh, okay, well, that's very honest. Y'all got an understanding over there, I suppose. And he decided that he wanted to dance the night away with her. So they're dancing across the floor, and I wonder what the pastor feel about that. Do they get to do that down to the church? Dance with your boyfriend while your husband is, I don't know. Charles don't hardly be at work like he used to. Anyway, they get an emergency call, and the ambulance ain't coming over there. So Nicole found the doctor's card, and is he Wanda's doctor?
Child, no. Well,
I don't
think so.
Maybe he should have been. So they get to the house. Her and the doctor get to the house. Charles walk in the house, and the doctor boyfriend is delivering a baby. We're in the living room floor. Terry finally shows up.
Move?
Huh?
Did he say move? When he was over there grabbing stuff, he looked at Charles and said move. I
Is that what he said?
In your house.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
Terry came in, and Wanda was delivering a baby and mad because she know where he was. What did you say? He over here in the thing. Why he got all that information?
He didn't have to tell her all that. All he had to do was say, okay, I'm gonna tell him. No, he didn't tell all the business. Well, he busy right now. He's sitting up here with old girl.
So she mad, and so she like, they kind of start arguing. She's literally in the middle of pushing out a baby, and they going back and forth. And the doctor was like, "It's okay, son." And then Charles takes him out and was like, "He's not your son." I was like, "Well, we weren't questioning that, Charles. Calm down." I think it was just an in general statement. You know what I'm saying? Relax. So we at the Pistons game. Actually, the Pistons game is over. We chilling out in the parking lot. Here come Henrietta, walking around in the parking lot, licking a blowtorch.
That was so stupid. That was stupid.
I want to know, why is he standing there watching her do all that? What is she so extra? Anyway, she torched this nigga Diz because he stood there and watched her, while she's licking you. Let me tell you what you're not gonna do. You ain't gonna be able to catch me with no blowtorch.
Child.
Especially if you're gonna take time out to lick it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's how that ended. So
now we're gonna start off next week at the funeral home. I mean, at the
cemetery again. I don't want to start at the funeral. Let's go back to the strip club. Nope, we ain't gonna be there because he's in St. Louis. So I don't know where they're gonna be, but I know where we gonna be. We're gonna be right here. You want to tell the people what to do?
Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe
to our channel.
There you go. He said it.
He's all in the background and everything.
Ain't
it? All right, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.